Alright guys, what's up? I'm gonna bring you in here on this project. Let me just get right into it because I don't have a ton of room here on my phone for video space. Some repairs here on the fender, a little bit of rust there at the back of the rocker. There's a little bit of rust here at the front of the quarter. There's rock chips there. Your typical surface rust back here is just some pitting, little ding there. There was rust here, patch panel, a little bit there, a little bit there. Bing, bang, boom. This fender is in pretty good shape, a little ding there. There was hail on the roof and the hood. I had a friend of mine here PDR the hood and the roof for me. That way I didn't have to do too much extra work. Did a little bit of filling on the hood. Got the doors in primer already. Okay. I wish this camera had a wider angle, it doesn't. Gotta block the doors, but I want you guys to see this thing go from this to an absolutely gorgeous truck. This is a full restoration. Gonna get a nice dash for it because that one's got some cracks. The interior is really nice. This truck's got like 102,000 miles on it. I drove this truck 8 hours back from where we got it. It actually came out of Colorado. So this window's getting replaced anyways. It had a slider in it. We're going to the one-piece windows. We got one right here. So yeah, there's the rundown. And you guys enjoy the video. Let's see this thing come together. I would have brought you in earlier on it, but I've been slaving on this truck. So if any of you know how bodywork is and how much work this is, drop me a like, drop me some kudos down in the comments, because this is all me, fellas. This is one man show here at our shop that a friend and I run. So what color is it gonna be? Oh, I'm not doing this color scheme again. Number one, it's two-tone. It's gonna be a little extra work. Number two, it doesn't look that good. All right, guys, here it is going into primer. Once again, I don't have my GoPro. I got one cut on the roof, just so you can see it before. All right, guys, I didn't bore you through the tremendous amount of blocking with this BLAZER, but everything is blocked except for a few pieces that still need like primed and stuff. But I might paint some stuff today. It's a disaster around here. It's been a mad thrash, but so this whole thing is blocked out. My goodness. Yeah, there's some burn spots. We'll probably seal over those. But it is very flat. This is a very flat truck now. So yeah, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean up the shop a little bit. I know I haven't brought you guys along with every part of this thing, but it is a tremendous amount of work. Unless you want to see just constant time lapses, then it's probably for the best. So yeah, I'm gonna clean this shop up a little bit, reorganize a little bit, probably get the truck out of there, and maybe get in the doors. Maybe we spray the doors. Well, see, there's the other thing. We got to spray the jams on the doors. So there's a few things we got to do. So it should be interesting. But I'm going to get to it. I'll see you guys in a sec. All right, and we are basically ready to start painting here. Got to paint the inside of everything. Got the last few pieces primed. Truck's all blocked. Hey, what's up, guys? Lars coming to you from the editing studio, aka my living room. As you can see, this is black. We're gonna do black truck. Code is WA855, I do believe. And it was basically used on every GM car that was black from the 80s, basically. Oh, I've got this section sped up a little bit. Go ahead and get some base laid down. One thing I want to clarify is all the rust repair on this truck was done with patch panels. We didn't do any of the old Bondo slap. The Bondo slap is fine, you know, if you're trying to get by for a year or two. It'll do you just fine. Problem is once you get into that type of thing and go through a little puddle or a little bit of rain, that water eventually gets to the backside of your filler. That filler is porous, and it'll start making your filler bubble. Do you ever see older restorations and like they'll have these big bubbles, like, and you touch them and they're hard? It's not like those little rust bubbles you get on like a newer truck. Yeah, that's from the filler actually bubbling up. So it's not what you want. That's why it took time to do the patch panels the way I did them. The behind that driver door area is kind of a complex area the way it's built. It's like two panels overlapping each other. So long story short, it's a lot of fun to do. But yeah, come in here and lay some base down. We're going to get right into the clear here. Get the mix going. Hey, if you guys aren't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe now. You know you're going to love it, and you might even learn a thing or two. Great things are coming to the channel, guys. For you guys who are already here, things are only going to get better. We've got some good things coming. Let's go ahead and lay down some clear. The inside of these doors takes a lot of clear. You're basically wasting on a lot of clear. A lot of your clear is just spraying into the air, you know what I mean? It's just the way it is. Everything on this truck's going to get at least 2 coats of clear. Finish our little gas door up here. Looking nice. I did have music in this section before, but you know, it's just kind of boring. You know, a lot of times when I'm watching videos, it gets to a time lapse. A lot of times I'm gonna skip them because I just get bored. Show off my hat there. You guys like that? Yeah. Well, that's it for the inside of the doors. On to the next. Alright, so I got the door jambs done on the doors. Turned out good, you guys saw it. I'm gonna hit it with a guide coat, and then I'm gonna hit it with 800. We're gonna get the outside of the doors painted. We're also gonna do the outside of the tailgate. The hood I'm gonna leave by itself because the hood is such an important large piece. I just wanna be able to focus on the hood. And then we just got the body. Otherwise, everything else is done. The gas cap, I'll show you the gas door. Probably hit this one more time with another coat of clear. I'm gonna sand it. Cause it's not a bad finish. It's not bad. See? But it was hanging upside down, so I think that's why it has a little bit more texture in it than it should, because this thing was flat. So you know, when it's hanging upside down, the gravity kind of pulls on the clear, so you don't get the best finish. But so yeah, pretty simple day, I think. I probably won't bore you guys with the sanding. We'll just probably jump right into the painting. Let's get to it. All right, fellas. So first thing we're gonna do here is we're spraying the doors and the tailgate, the outside of them. So pretty important parts. So I'm just gonna take my time here. I'm gonna come in with some sealer and just hit any of the burnt areas that are burnt through the primer, just because you know, it's good to do. You don't want to spray over bare metal or anything with I don't even know if you're technically supposed to seal over bare metal, but I'm going to because it's better than nothing. I'm gonna put this gun together. Yeah, go in with some sealer. We're just gonna spot seal it because you know, I don't want to seal the whole doors. Number one, if you run the sealer, you're screwed. You have to wait at least a day, sand it back out and all that. So, and number two, another big deal is we're painting this thing black, and anything you spray on that surface is going to add at least a little bit of texture to it. So we don't want any texture in our base coat. So that all comes through your clear, and that's what shows. That's what creates orange peel. There's going to be a little bit, you know, of texture. There usually is going to be, unless you have all really expensive products, which I don't have. I've got some nice products, but they get pretty pricey. All right, so we got our gun put together. That's ready to go. Let's mix up some sealer and we'll get going. Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm sitting here editing this, and you might notice it jumps around a little bit. Well, with the camera on my head, especially painting these parts I'm looking down at, there's a lot of twisting and turning, and I mean, it kind of makes me sick even editing it. So I'm trying to cut out the parts where I'm turning and twisting the camera, because it kind of gets hard to watch. So I'm just looking out for the viewer on this one. Anyways, yeah, these doors, we hit the edges with sealer and some of the burnt areas. I guess I lost the base coat footage. That's the glory of GoPros. Looking at some new camera options here soon. We'll see what happens. But I guess we're going to jump right into the clear coat here, which this is an important step for these doors. Let's see how good I've done on this edit. See if I've already got the twisty and turny parts cut out. Oh, that's nice. A police siren for my audio. You guys like that? Oh, that's nice. But yeah, man, these doors turned out really nice. Let me know what you guys think about the painting videos, if you want less painting, more painting, or just to see, you know what I mean? Everybody likes to see, you know, a car get painted, but, you know, there's a lot of watching me paint in this video. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think. And if you guys want more technical videos on painting, I can do that too, you know? I mean, this is all stuff that can be done in your garage. I started out basically in a garage, and you know, it works out. You're gonna end up sanding and buffing stuff to make it look really nice, but it can still be done. So everything has gotten at least 2 coats. If I skip the second coat, I'm just trying to not show you endless painting. So after this coat, I'll do a second. Some parts I did 3 coats on, like the hood I did 3 coats, the body I ended up doing 3 coats on. And that's just if I end up wanting to cut and buff it, I've got a lot of clear that I can work with. This tailgate turned out really nice, and I'm putting this truck together right now, so stay tuned for next week. I mean, I'm going to continue these videos with the Blazer till the end, so this thing is going to turn out absolutely beautiful. Wish I could put it all together in one video for you, but this is the footage I got, and so you're going to get it right as it comes out. Alright, here it's after it's settled a little bit. I'm actually pretty happy with this. It was pretty stressful, but really minimal contamination. Like I said, there's gonna be a trim piece here, so I didn't really focus on that area. These doors turned out gorgeous. Alright guys, we're getting ready to paint the roof here, so here we go. Alright, now we're coming in, we're painting the roof here, and any of these square body trucks, I always do them like this. I do the roof separate because painting a truck, or even a car for that matter, painting the roof is always the biggest pain. So these square body trucks, the way they're built, it makes it kind of easy to be able to tape the roof off on the seams, as you don't have to do the jams. In this case I did. And you know, there's a body seam right there where my tape line is at the bottom, and you can tape off, you know, right there, and you can peel your tape, and you don't really got to do any work to mesh those panels together. So it makes it easy. And obviously painting the body is going to be the most stressful part and the most vital part, so it's nice to get the roof done. Let it harden for a day or two and then tape it off and do the body, you know. And that's what I've done here, and that's what I've found is the best way to do these trucks. Alright, you missed a couple more coats of base and a little bit of sanding, honestly. A little bit of 800 here and there to smooth some things out, and just to make sure it's a nice surface with no nibs. And when I say nib, it comes from the term dirt nib, which basically just is anything that falls into your paint. To be quite honest, it usually comes off of you. It usually comes off my shirt, something like that. That's why you see professional painters wearing, you know, a full white, like Tyvek type suit, because they don't have a bunch of lint and crap all over them, you know. But hey, this is backyard stuff, you know. Half the time I'm get done sanding Bondo and I'm jumping the paint booth, so. So yeah, always paint this cowl on those square bodies. A lot of people don't paint it because, you know, they feel like they don't need to, but it shows. A little 1/4 inch of that shows, even with that with the little cowl on there, or that little vent piece. And it's the details like that that make these trucks nice. You know what I mean? A lot of times you'll see repaints, and behind that little cowl, that little vent, it's never painted. You always just see paint chips and flakes back there. Now this roof did turn out nice, and like I said, this thing had some pretty good hail damage on it. Some pretty good hail damage, and this truck, when we got it, was not glossy, so it was hard to see. So I even had to, you know, hit it with 3000 and gloss it up a bit so my PDR guy could come in and work a little bit and save me some time. And there was just a couple nasty ones that I just had to traditionally repair, you know. Hit him with some pins and slide hammer him and all that. But it turned out pretty darn nice. There was even a hole in the center of the roof that I had to weld up for a CB antenna. So all in all, it turned out really nice. Let me go for a second coat here on the roof. This clear I'm using it lays out quite nice. I'm pretty happy with it. I might just speed this clip up here. This is you can see I'm running it slow. I'm trying to get a lot of clear on this roof. Because on a flat surface like this, you don't have to worry about it running so much, and you can get that clear to lay nice and flat. And it's worth it, tell you what. One big pass just to clean it up. Turned out pretty good. The roof wasn't in perfect shape. It wasn't perfectly flat, but can't complain about the finish. And yes, I painted this jam, so if the next owner ever wants to take the top off, they're not looking like morons with a different color jam. You're welcome. Alright, I want to come in and peel this tape while it's wet, and that's it. On to the next. All right, we're down to the meat and potatoes. This is it, so I'm excited to get this done, but I'm also nervous to even start on it, so we're gonna hit some areas with sealer, come back, hit it with color, probably end up sanding some of that color with some 800, hit it with a final coat of color, and then hit her with the clear. Let's do it. Alright guys, so I brought you in right here on the base. First layer of base on this thing. I've already hit some areas with sealer. Now any job like this, I get stressed out, is what I mean. Painting something like this, something this big. Because all that work, it's a different thing when you're just a painter. Your job's just to paint it. But all that work I put in doing all the filler work, all the metal work, everything, all the blocking, everything, all comes to a head. And if you screw it up now, you're going to start all over on that panel. So, oh God, I spent all day, literally all day, 9-hour day doing this body right here, just painting it. The body work on this truck was solid, a full month of work, work days. But yeah, we got the base going down nice and easy on this thing. See, the camera angle is a little bit better when I'm spraying something vertical. I'm not looking straight down at the ground, looking down at the panel. It's a little bit easier to watch when I'm just painting the truck. I'm not worried about painting these tires or nothing. These are our roller wheels. Got a set of rallies. The truck came on, got nice, and those got a little minor restoration. You'll see that next week. Alright, here it goes, expensive part. Like 4 hours later actually, so took a long time. Get it right. Alright, so we're going to mix up some clear here. This particular clear, the ratio is 2-to-1. Which I guess is, I don't know, it's a heavy ratio. A lot of the clear I use is 4-to-1. Some of it's 3-to-1, but we didn't spare any money when we bought this clear for this truck. As we know, painting things black, that's when you really want a good finish, because what you're showing off on a black car is really just a clear coat. If you think about it, black is no color. So really what you're looking at is yourself. You know what I mean? You're looking at everything around the truck when you're looking at a black truck. You're looking at the trees in the sky, you know what I mean? So really what you're showing off on a black paint job is the clear coat. And so we didn't spare money on this truck when it came to the clear. We ponied up, we bought the good stuff. So what do you get with a better clear? It sprays better. It's just like anything. You get what you pay for, man. And this stuff sprays good. It comes out of the gun smooth. Some other clears are like prone to running, This one didn't seem to be, you think that's all in the skill of the painter, and a lot of it is. You got to know what to look for when you're seeing how that clear's laying down, because obviously you got to get enough down that it looks right, but not too much or it runs. This stuff seemed pretty good. I didn't have any issues really with runs, and it lays out nice. A cheaper clear is going to lay out with more texture. It's going to cure with more texture, and it's going to shrink when it cures. I just painted a brown K10. Some of you guys saw it on the Instagram channel. If you want, go over and follow the Instagram channel, Real Americana. I'm always posting on there stuff I'm doing. And if you ever want to buy vehicles, a lot of them go for sale. So that's where you'll be able to jump on them fast enough. But yeah, I painted the truck recently. and it turned out good, but I could tell that the clear shrunk, and it shrank into some scratches, and it also got texture in it. It built up a lot of texture when it cured. And so that was one of the reasons I knew I was not going to use that clear on this truck. If you guys got any other questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I love talking to you guys about whatever in the comments. So yeah, anyways, this is coat number 1. It's going pretty good. I end up doing a second and a third coat on this body. And I wouldn't have done a third, but it was going well, and I was like, screw it, I'm here. Let's do a third coat. If I gotta cut and buff anything, then you got enough clear on there you can work with, like I was saying earlier. So but man, this truck is gonna come together really nicely, guys. Like I was saying earlier, I've got some exciting stuff coming to the channel. I know you guys are going to like it. So if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It don't cost you nothing. And all you're going to do is learn some stuff and see some awesome cars. Always hit the edges. Never want to forget an edge. Rookie mistake. Oh yeah, watch this tactical swap here. Tactical. Boom. Oh, and these PPS cups are awesome, man. You can spray upside down with them and all that. Yep, laying out nice, laying out nice. It's tough to get it in these jams. You really gotta, when that clear goes in there in that corner, that edge, it's just like power washing. You know, you power wash that, it's gonna spray back in your face, and so that's what it does. And so it doesn't want to stick in that edge. And it's not, you know, it's not the worst thing ever, but you just gotta know that, because you might spray however much on a panel, and it looks nice, but you go into an inside edge like that, and you gotta drop more clear in there, and you gotta angle your fan in there to really push it into that corner. Hit this fender. This thing turned out just great. I was really happy with it. A ton of work, obviously, and it paid off. It paid off. And if you guys are thinking about painting your own trucks, I mean, don't be scared. Just do the research. You know, watch this channel a little bit. I'll probably bring in some more painting into this channel. You guys tell me what you like to see. And guys, I didn't go to school for painting. You know, I learned from some guys who were good, and that's all it takes. I can tell you guys some best practices and stuff, because there is some things where you're gonna screw up, and your beautiful paint job, you know, is gonna like fail in a year. You know what I mean? You'll get some. I painted one of my BMWs recently. It turned out beautiful, but there was one spot where there's a bubble, because I don't know what happened. I must have touched it with my finger or something, a little bit of grease or something, and the paint just didn't stick there. And so there's like a bubble in the hood, a little bubble, and you can like push on it, you know, and it's like got air in it, and I'm like, don't touch that too much. That thing's coming off at some point. So at some point I'll have to repaint the hood on that. So it's just little things like that, you know. Proper surface prep. It really is about a clean, grease-free surface. I mean, this stuff, yeah, it's designed to do what it does, but it ain't magic. You're spraying paint. So this isn't latex house paint. It isn't just spray over dirt. The stuff I use is this is a solvent-based paint. We don't use any of that water-based, you know, green this or green that paint. You gotta have all kinds of other stuff to go along with that to make it work right. We ain't got it, and frankly, I'm not interested in it. Probably gives you less cancer though, I'll tell you that much. Less. Not, I don't think any automotive paint is cancer free, but that's why I also got a nice respirator. I've got a 3M VersaFlow. It wasn't cheap, but what are you gonna pay for your health? You know what I mean? Because this stuff, I'm telling you, is nasty. I've gotten sick from paint before. Another tactical swap here. Boom. Seriously, probably the second best thing about the cups. Otherwise, I gotta pour something into my gun. Oh man, I've been there. That's just the way. And hey, you gotta start there. There ain't nothing wrong with it. That's how it is. Oh, and invest in a decent gun. Don't. Them Harbor Freight guns, some people might say they're alright, but they're not. They're heavy. Your arm almost falls off because a lot of them are steel even. And they spray like crap. And the thing about them is they might spray pretty good for like, and don't get me wrong, I've used them. My primer gun is like kind of a China gun. They spray pretty good for about the first minute or so, and then they just start to spray like crap. And guess what? All that work you put in on the body work and all the service prep starts going to crap because your gun, you just can't keep up with you. The tip starts to clog. I mean, it's just always something with them cheap guns, and that's fine. But I bought this gun used for $200, you know, and it's worth it, man. Just get a good gun. Just get a good gun. Keep it clean. I know these guns are $1,000. You know what I mean? Not the one I'm using, but like these SATA guns. I mean, these things are thousands of dollars. I don't have any of that stuff. Buy yourself a nice used gun. This one's an Iwata LPH 400 is what this is, and it's a fantastic gun. I need to get a couple other guns because once you get serious, you really shouldn't be spraying sealer with this gun and then going and spraying paint, because I've had it before where, and I've made it a point now to just really clean my gun like crazy after switching material. I'll just rebuild the whole thing, because I painted a black car one time. I sealed it, and then I go to spray the base. I think I sprayed all the base. Then I go to clear it, and I start clearing it, and a giant chunk of sealer just blows out of the gun onto the surface. And it was a deal where the guy, it's a friend of mine, needed the car ASAP. I mean, we were planning on kicking it out the next day, and I had to wait a day and sand that sealer off and finish the panel. I mean, it was a disaster. So it pays to have multiple guns if you can, if you're using sealer and stuff like that, and it really pays to just clean the crap out of your gun. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Stay tuned here. I want to show you guys the finished product here in the booth. Thanks for watching, guys. More exciting stuff coming to the channel. Next week, another Blazer video. I'm going to start assembly on this thing. We got a large part order coming in. It's going to be Christmas up in the shop, so you guys are going to love it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. As always, this is Lars Americana, out. Alright, I'll show you the finished product. Well, it's still curing, but... Well, this thing's actually kind of foggy from being in a bunch of clear coat. You can't see anything. Between this and the screen being foggy. Alright, here it is after being all peeled off, so... Alright, here it is with all the plastic off of it. I'm going to pull it out of the booth and we'll start slowly assembling it. We just put in a giant order of parts, so it's a few things that we can put on right off the bat. And then we just need to do kind of a general like cleanup of the shop and of this, inside here. Kind of get organized. But yeah, it turned out good.